when Zebre have attacked here. Joe McCarthy with a big hit. Garcia finds Montemori again. The quick hands. Lucan does well to find
of scoring out of nothing, and Stavile almost getting there, showing it his speed. He has also played in the backs.
Who were you comparing him to before the match? The Colombian footballer?
Valderrama.
Valderrama.
Just with the hairstyle, nothing else.
The blonde bouffon, yeah. Reminds me a little bit of Mauro Bergamasco as well. Same hairstyle. So Prendergast, another one launched long way downfield, and not quite sure what happened there. Trula let the ball bounce away. Decided not to play it. It's worked out okay in the end for Zebre. Have got the clearance away, but Jamie Osborne would have been a long pass to Sam Prendergast if he had gone quickly.
That is an absolute nightmare scenario from Zebre. Yeah, Monty Mauri claiming that it was touch, so it would have been Zebre ball, but that's you know, coach's killer sort of stuff. You know, Trula letting the ball bounce on a throw to yourself and then kicking it out in the full. It was two defensive mistakes, and for the price of one, really, inside their own 22. So here's Kelleher once more. Jimmy O'Brien, there's space opening up here. A lot of space. Sam Prendergast just pops it off to Jordy Barrett, and it's as simple as that for the All Black. And already Leinster have got their try bonus point. And you know what? Zebre absolutely deserved that. There was no need for it. Found themselves inside their own 22, and it's clinical again from Leinster, but so easy finding soft shoulders, good support line. And good support lines from everyone, from Prendergast, from Barrett. But it's just, far, far too easy.
Yeah, it looks fabulous, as it so often does. But I listened to Stuart Barnes this morning on a podcast, the former England International Times journalist. He was saying, in his opinion, it's Leinster's inability to close out these big knockout games in the Champions Cup is definitely psychological. What do you think?
Well, it has to be mental at this stage, doesn't it? I mean, They've got the squad, they've got the resources, they've got the coaches, and you really only find out about yourself, don't you, whenever you get into those do-or-die moments, both individually and as a team. And you know, unfortunately from a Leinster standpoint, they've been found wanting in those.
Well, Jordy Barrett signed on a 6-month deal, sabbatical from New Zealand. Again, Leo Cullen's decision to start him on the bench against Northampton last week doesn't look like a very good one, considering the result. Might have been looked at very differently if he'd come off the bench and scored a hat-trick of tries, but that didn't happen. And James Lowe slightly off the outside of his boot that time, I think.
I'd say that's a big relief for Zebre, seeing James Lowe kicking it, sort of a banana style kick into touch, because at least it gives them the opportunity to get the ball, try and hold on to it.
So it's Ribaldi, the Italian A international. Here's Montemori. He's going to get cocooned by Leinster defenders there. Garcia to Ruggieri. No Licata this week for Zebre, who would be their natural starting number 8. Up goes Gessie, challenging in the air. Ringrose driving Zebran players backwards, and it goes into touch.
You just got a little snippet there also of what Barrett brings. I mean, he's such an all-round brilliant player, but just his physicality there. He's just able to rip a ball off Jacopo Bianchi, you know, his back row. Whenever you're down a pitch side and you're standing beside Barry, you do really realise the size of the man.
He's 6'4" and 16 stone.
Well, there you go. And I'm 5'11".
You remember all three Barrett brothers started the World Cup final against South Africa in Paris, and Sam Prendergast. There's an obstruction in midfield spotted by Sam Grove White. Yeah, the game against Northampton, you know, Northampton saying, yeah, we beat the Ireland team. Well, they actually beat Ireland plus. Garcia, he's going to find a bit of space here. Will it bounce for Garcia? Oh, and James Lowe almost with the moment. Have now. Zebre told to leave it, so they've turned the ball over here. Off goes Big Joe McCarthy, 6'6", 19 stones. Jordy Barrett launches a spiral kick, very much in the born flanker. Makes the tackle. Luke McGrath flicks it round to Ryan Baird. Big collision, I can hear it up here. An exhalation of breath, crushing of rib cages. By Francescetto. Here is McGrath. Prendergast had no option really but to kick. Lowe was very, very wide on the touchline. There was
You can see Trula's disgusted with himself, but he had an opportunity there to break the line, but at least get up further the field, and you know, just another opportunity for Leinster to launch an attack. And you know, they just look really sharp, don't they, from the line previous weekend.
Well, what do you feel happened to the Leinster, the Jack Nienaber blitz defence? Phil Dowson, the Northampton coach, was saying this week they didn't prepare specifically for the Leinster blitz. They just tweaked what they would use against blitzes generally in the Premiership. What happened to Leinster? How did they break it down?
I think the biggest surprise, probably, you know, reflecting and sheer